Happy birthday, buddy. Happy 67.
Well, thank you very much. And that is really that is what it says. It's a real Terry Boers. And the only thing I've neglected to do is actually send anything out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've neglected to do.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it has big, bold letters, Terry hasn't tweeted yet.
Is he holding a fish?
No, he's holding that.
Well, I haven't had a thought in 20 years. So.
No. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
It's good to hear your voice, brother, as always. And as Dan just said, happy birthday to you, man.
Well, thanks. I wasn't sure I'd ever see it, but it is here. So here I am.
Now, the Bearsless Sunday, you had long said that given the opportunity of civilian life, the first thing you would do is excise bad Bears football. How did that go?
That's exactly what I did. I have never seen Mitch Trubisky in a Bears uniform. I have no idea. Whenever somebody's saying, okay, I'll take that as gospel, then he's great, he's just not playing. But I did not see a single preseason game. And we left Sunday, and I did not see a single down of the Bears Atlanta game either. So, did I miss something?
So big Tampa Bay Buccaneers guy, huh?
No.
You're checking out Bobo Wilson on Hard Knocks. What are you doing now? You got to be watching something.
I'm watching Bobo Wilson and Hard Knocks. That's what it is. That's what it was. God, it's like the Jameis Winston show. I kind of gave up on that too because I always found the program interesting, but I don't find Tampa very interesting. Oddly enough, isn't that strange? Yeah. There's nothing there. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. It was. I mean, Joe McCoy seems like a decent.
Yeah,
Joe McCoy seems like a decent dude, and other than that, nobody's really got a personality that you want to delve into other than the surface. So I'm with you there, but that's not why you called, Mister. You have been threatening for a mighty long time now about writing this book and putting things in your notes for this book. And I'll be damned if I don't go on BarnesandNoble.com or Amazon.com and the pre-order is up there for my man Terry Boers' book. How did it feel to finish this thing up?
Oh, it felt great, and I didn't know until today that the response was good to it actually being up on Amazon. I had no idea how to do any of that, but that's what I'm told. Oh, you hear James? There he is.
This guy's calling for drops. My man Terry, ladies and gentlemen.
I come home, I have like 25 messages. I've had 25 messages in 25 years. So it's like, what? What was something happened today that I'm not aware of? But anyway.
Yeah, we all threw it on our social media, making sure we drive that pre-order traffic, brother.
What I'm curious is, what are people that on the outside? Is there anything in here that's going to surprise people? Is there anything that somebody's going to seize on? Somebody's going to say, "Ooh, he's dishing dirt on this guy," or he says Bernstein's a putz, or he actually liked Mike Murphy.
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
I actually like Mike Murphy. That's the first chapter. Yeah, that's.
I just wonder what is going to be the story of this book?
Well, I think that it's for those who maybe weren't day oneers. I think you'll find the first part of it interesting about how it began, why it began, how we struggled to make it keep going, and then the changes in '99 and a lot of other things that happened along the way. I think if you're a fan of the station now, as you should be, I think you'll find it interesting in terms of the people. The one thing about me is that when it comes to fleshing this out, and I had a lot of this, like, flesh this out, would you? Will you tell people you hate Dan Bernstein? And I said, well, no, I don't. I really don't. So it's hard for me. I'm in a very small club that doesn't, but it's like, okay, I don't. So it was very strange to get the feedback from people reading it and editing it and doing this, that, and the other stuff with it. But we, as you know, we didn't hold anything back on the air.
Right.
I mean, nothing that we ever talked about on the air, we didn't, whether it was Murph or somebody else. There's some stuff in there that we didn't talk about very much. For example, the Rick Tellender era. You recall that, don't you?
I blocked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's mentioned, and a couple other things that I don't know if people are aware of. But if you're interested in the station, if you're interested in the history of the station from day one, and maybe you're not aware of all the stuff behind the scenes, I covered about as much as I possibly could. It's difficult, and then I covered a lot of me, which is much more boring and not interesting, but I covered a lot of me as well. So maybe that's why I have a hard time writing about myself unless I'm standing on the idiot.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm an idiot. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, we're looking forward to reading it. I feel like, of course, Dan lived a lot of it. I feel like I saw a lot of, as much as I could. Plenty of it. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it being put into words. Now, there are people who are asking me, I don't know if it's a dumb question or not, but is there an audio version of this book out, or are you starting with the paperback version first and then going from there?
It's going to be read by Bob from Niles.
Yeah, he's reading.
All right.
I liked it.
That would actually be perfect.
Yes. Go over to the nursing home and hang out with Bob for a little bit.
I don't know.
What about signings? Are you going to do any public signings? Because that's the big question I've been asked, is people want signed copies. They want to talk to you about it. They want to see you behind a stack of books signing.
Yes, there will be. I'm going to do several of the old places that we did during the Bud Light Who Needs To Tavern Tour.
Oh, cool.
That will be in November. Going to do several of the old bar places, and then I'm going to do 3 or 4 bookstores. I'm not sure where in particular, but 3 or 4. Because about all we have left is Barnes and Noble. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be at some of those. I know Bolingbrook and I want to say Buffalo Grove or something. But yeah, I'm going to be around, available to sign the book. Yes, absolutely, and look forward to doing so. So it's going to be an interesting fall. I mean, there might only be 3 people there.
No, it's going to be a lot of people there. My entire family is going to show up waiting for their signed copy.
There's going to be a lot of odd-looking men.
Oh,
is what it's going to be.
No doubt about it. And if you don't know, it's called The Score of a Lifetime, 25 years talking Chicago sports. Our guy Terry Boers' life pretty much in radio. Terry, I want to ask you this. If you had a microphone right now, is there anything that the old Terry would jump into in terms of what's going on currently, whether it be society or whether it be sports? Is there anything that you've had some strong feelings about over the last couple of months?
Yeah, I think it's more societal than sports. I'm having a hard time with a lot of things, as I'm sure a lot of people are. Mm-hmm. So I've been meaning to write. I haven't gotten around to writing it. I did Jerry Krause the other day because I felt bad about ever giving him crap when he probably didn't deserve it. I just was, glomming on like everybody else did just to pound him. But yeah, I think society is, and that's not why they listen. I don't think that's why people listen to Boers and Bernstein or Boers and McNeil or whatever to get my take on society. I don't think they really care, but I think it's more a societal issue than sports issues. I'm sorry, I just haven't quite gotten to Mitch Trubisky yet. I haven't gotten to him yet, but I and nor probably will I. But you never know. Oh, I will on the 24th.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it. Looking
right.
forward to it.
It's the producer's day, so yes, I will. At some point in that day, I will probably. I don't know if I'll see him, but I will actually see the Bears play. But I think it's starting with Charlottesville. I've had a very difficult time with a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. I keep up waking. I keep waking up thinking it's 1955. So I have a very difficult time with a lot of this. I have a very difficult time with our president, even though I'm more Republican than Democrat. I have a lot of issues that I haven't gotten to. But that bothers me tremendously.
No doubt.
What was your biggest surprise in the process of writing the book? Because I know so much of this has been in your head, and I remember just being around you. You say, you know what, that's for the book, or that's going in the book, and it seemed like that there was always a very deliberate process. Yet nobody goes through this without some surprises as an author.
Yeah, I think that a couple things. First of all, that. I wish I'd taken better notes. I think over the years, if you plan something from day one, it's like I was getting on Paul Sullivan earlier last year about, I know that Cubs book is coming out. I mean, I know that Cubs book because if you start that thing early, you got everything you need in front of you. I didn't have quite everything I needed in front of me, so I had to do a little thinking about it and stuff that I should have written down years ago. But who knew? I mean, I never planned on writing the book. I never thought that I'm all that interesting. I still don't think I am. So I did it, and then I looked back and said, your life would have been a lot easier if you'd have taken the care to write down something that happened here or there, or that you had a better memory of. The stuff that jumped out at me was the O.J. trial. Mm-hmm. That jumped out at me. Mm-hmm. 9/11 when I disappeared. If you recall that one, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
You turned around when I wasn't there.
Yep, just kind of not there anymore. That's fine.
Something everybody thought, so that's fine. That idiot's gone. But I mean, just little things that you wish you had made better notes about it. I'm sure there's a million other things during the course of 25 years I'd say, damn, I wish I would have written that down. I should have had that. I mean, a lot of it I remember, the meetings and the things that were said and the promises that were made and a lot of other stuff. But I think if I'd had a better feel for what you're doing, you know, it's hard to sit down and do something and then say at the same time, someday I'm going to write a book about this, so I'm going to make copious notes. I'm going to have all these notes in front of me when it comes time to do this. I mean, I admire people who can do that. It's difficult to do. And I made up my mind when I got done with this that if I write anything else, there may be one other book, not about me, but something else that I've been offered. I'm thinking about it. But I'm really thinking more about fiction. I like fiction. I really want to write fiction. But the problem is that nobody wants you to. Once you get into something, they're not interested in you doing anything else, if that makes sense to you.
They want you to stay in that lane.
Yep.
Yeah.
They want you to stay in your lane. They don't care if you sell 12 books or 25,000 books. They're not really. It doesn't change their mind about where they want you.
Unless
I learned so much about publishing in these last 6 or 7 months that I never knew existed. I never knew this whole world existed. This odd place they sit. And what I found out was a lot of things, but how difficult it is. How difficult it is to actually do what you want. If I say, you know, I got ideas in my head for 20 short stories. We don't want that. Nobody wants that. I said, okay. What if they're good? No, not really. Not interested. Just fictional stuff, which I'm more interested in. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm stuck. And I'm stuck in where I'm at now, and I don't know how I'm ever going to get out of it because I can't write everybody's biography, can I?
Well, what I was thinking, an ideal slot for you, too, would be like what James Patterson did or what Carl Hiaasen did, where they sort of took what they were good at and then opened it up to the teen market and preteen market.
Oh,
and
they
are making bank on that. Like James Patterson has like 15 people writing the same stories all under his umbrella company.
I know.
It's just crazy.
I know that. I know he does. And I looked at it because I had an idea for one of those, like the 7 to 12-year-old books, because I figured that's about the level I write at anyway. but I went to the shelf and I looked at them, and I didn't realize there were hundreds and hundreds of them. And every guy who's a best-selling author has some of them. Every one of them. I don't care who you are, what name you like, what guy you've admired, what woman you've admired. They've got that 7 to 12-year-old book done.
Yep.
And more than one.
Yep.
So they're all tapping into that market that I thought, well, I'll be all right. Because if I'm competing against Mike Lupica, I'll roll my dice on that. I'll see if I can do as well as he does with fiction. But no, they're all there. So they scared me out of that. I mean, how am I going to compete with those guys? I mean, first of all, nobody's going to give you shelf space. When you look at those things, I don't know last time you look at 7 to 12-year-old reading matter. Because, again, that's about the level I appeal to. I look at it and I say, I have no chance here. And then I learned later I was right. That's basically what you have no chance.
Don't sell yourself short, mister. Don't do that. Anytime you write anything and it's posted at 670thescore.com, people flock to it. So don't sell yourself short on that, brother.
Oh, please. That's not true. But I have I'm sort of trapped now. I'm sort of trapped, and I don't know if I'll get out of it or I'll find something else to do, but I will find something else to do.
Well, what I saw, too, and this is really important, this question was asked also, and I don't know how you got your publisher to do this, but the book is specially designed to prevent chronic traumatic encephalopathy by placing it on your head in any kind of storm, any inclement weather, tornadoes, hurricanes. It's protective in that regard. So that's visionary on your part, I think.
Yeah, no, I thought of that right away because I know so many people who have told me that I give them that. They have no head injuries until they started listening to the score. Well, we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you with this. But yeah, I look forward to the fall. It's going to be busy. We're going to be all over the place doing this, and I'll probably get sick of talking about me because I really don't. You know, it's like pulling teeth to get me to talk about me if there's actually something positive. So there's not much positive in the book from my eyes about me. Just what a dope I am.
Is there anything in there that you're worried about the kids or grandkids reading? Is there anything like, maybe I haven't quite shared this in this way, and I'm opening this up in a way I haven't before?
I used to put Ty up to the microphone and tell him to curse in my ears.
Oh, so, I know he did. I know, but I'm just wondering, maybe there's something in there that kind of went in a direction you didn't expect, and now it's out there differently.
No, but I thought about the language thing, and believe me, I feel like if I'm going to be honest about anything, I think the people who know me the language thing is part of it.
Yep.
So yes, there's liberal use of words that but I think my grandkids, when I think about it, I'm thinking, they're hip to all that. They know all this for the love of God. They're smart enough to figure this out without being, because I showed little parts of stuff here and there to them and had them read it and made sure it was okay. But I mean, it's not going to be me unless I do that.
Oh,
and I know
I
some
agree.
people throw them in for effect. Well, I don't throw them in for effect. That's how I speak to people. So it's like, well, can you be disingenuous enough not to do it, to write it? No. If I can't use certain words, I have nothing to say.
I'm with you. It's good to hear from you, man. It's good to hear your voice. Good. We've been going back and forth on email and text, and looking forward to seeing you here in a week or so. But the text response is crazy right now. A lot of people are happy that they're hearing your voice, especially during this time slot once again, and it's for a great reason, because now we get to read all the things that you went through and that you did to people and that you experienced, and it's just awesome. I'm sitting back just taking it all in, man. I'm really, really happy to hear from you.
Well, I hope people do enjoy it. I know that the initial response has been good, and I hope it stays that way. But I want people to enjoy it, and I come back to that. Like I said, nobody ever writes me, but when I became ill and I started answering, I answered about 500 people. So at least no less than 500 people have my email address, right? I mean, that didn't have it before, because I felt like, these people were so personal, so sweet, that I decided I'd answer as many as I could before I just ran out of energy. So there's like all kinds of people out there that have my email, and they're dropping stuff on me. I come home, I say I had 25 emails. I don't have 25 emails a month, 2 months, 3 months. Nobody sends me anything except advertisements and Uber. So it's like, oh my God, what is going on here? So that's what it was. The initial response on Amazon has been really positive. So I'm happy about that. The publishers are happy, but like I say, the long term, no matter what happens, I'm still categorized as just a dope. That's what it is in the publishing business.
And you didn't put it at a LeVar Ball price point either. You're taking it easy on some of the players out there who got get a pack of smokes along with their Terry Boers book. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you.
$99.
The score of a lifetime. 25 years talking Chicago sports.
Amazon.com
and BarnesandNoble.com.
Available on pre-order right now. Make sure you get your copy.
All right, you guys. Thank you. Love you both.
Love you too.
Love
Bye.
you,
there goes Terry Boers, author. How about that?
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
The Facebook response and the Twitter response when I posted yesterday was out of this world. People are looking forward to it. And I'm not joking. The price point is ridiculously good for a lot of knowledge and a lot of laughs that he is going to drop on your ass when you read this book.
I still wanted the title to be "You Can Kiss a Sick Monkey's Wet Ass."
Maybe that'll be part 2. maybe Terry will churn that out after he sees the ducats come in.
There.